What does this team look like?
We're definitely going to hang our hat on defense. We're a big believer in understanding that, we don't want to run plays. I mean, you could ask any hooper, a part of a team, that you don't want to sit there and run and say you just want to get out and go get easy buckets. And I feel like that's going to be big for us, hanging our hat on defense, getting out in transition, running, keeping up the pace. But again, playing at our own pace and not getting sped up by the other team. So, I mean, we're very excited to showcase that coming Monday.
You talk about Shelton, I just went and talked. He's huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
He does not look like a freshman.
Grown man. He's a grown man.
He's a grown man. What is he going to bring? What have you seen? He is a grown man, but he is still a freshman. What do you think? Where is he right now?
His physicality, man, is unbelievable. Like you mentioned, he is a grown man, and it definitely is the same way on the court. When we're playing, I don't see a freshman playing beside me. I don't see a freshman going downhill attacking. I see a grown man playing basketball. And of course, just him being a freshman, being new to college, me being a vet, I'm obviously there to, help him and talk to him throughout plays or reads that, he might not be able to make, or just talk him through, what he should be looking for and what he should see. But like I said, just nonetheless, I'm just happy he's a part of our squad, and he's going to be a great addition and help for us moving forward this year.
You talked about your connection with Trey. Can you talk about, just playing together and what that's like?
No, I mean, that's PG1. He sees the game different. He's an athlete. That's something I would definitely say, of course, for myself as well. But, Trey's an athlete. And there's differences between, just a basketball player and an athlete. He understands sports. He gets it. So, I mean, just him being at the point guard position just helps us, him leading us, putting us in the right spots. Like you said, a point guard should know every position when we're running a set, know where guys should go. And he does a great job at doing that. And, like I said, I'm grateful and thankful for him being my point guard.
He was talking about over there, he seems to have a pretty big chip on his shoulder that he hasn't been given the respect.
1,000%.
And how much is that going to be a motivating factor?
Oh man,
it's him?
Huge. It's huge. And again, for me, I'm happy for him, and I'm also excited to see how that translates moving forward this year. Because like I said, I mean, he has a chip, Malik has a chip, I have a chip. Everyone on this team, coming in. Granted, we don't pay attention to any preseason rankings, but of course, we're still fans of the game. So we're going to pay attention and see it. But I mean, that just adds more fuel to the fire. From obviously just wanting to win, period, but then you put the icing on top and add the little sparkles and dazzles. It just fuels us even more. So I'm just excited.
All right, great. Thank you.
Of course.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Ernest, where's your chip come from?
Man, understanding where I'm trying to get to, just life and through this game. Like I was just mentioning earlier, there's a lot of outside noise that, as a hooper, as a high-level hooper, you understand you shouldn't pay attention to it. But of course, it's still being said. And, more so, you don't try to prove it to anybody else, but just more so yourself. So you just leave no room for doubt for yourself. You know what I mean? Because, again, at the end of the day, we're still human. We still have different thoughts and this and that. No one's bulletproof at all. But, of course, just wanting to be able to go out and win every game, every night. I mean, last year, the year before that, any team that I've been on, have I ever gone undefeated? No. So, I mean, that alone is a chip in itself, understanding what comes with this game and how this game should be gone about. There's a lot of different ways that I can have that chip on my shoulder and just understand what I want to do throughout my career and throughout this game.
What do you think, or where do you envision, where do you hope you'll be better at? Either end of the floor or just in general from a year ago as you continue to progress?
I guess... Because the thing about me, I know what I bring to the team. I know how, just talking about my role-wise and everything I'm going to hang my hat on a personal level. Of course, I would definitely want to be more of an offensive threat in a sense. Granted, like I said, I know what my value is to the team and my role is defensively and everything of that sort. Like for me, I want to be ACC Defensive Player of the Year, and that's something that I'm definitely going to hang my hat on this year as the season comes, as conference play comes around. But of course, as offensively side of the ball, just working my way through there and just being poised mentally, because of course it's a mental game. So of course, being poised mentally throughout that and understanding, like I said, the bigger picture and just doing everything, above all else, doing everything that I can to help my team win this year. So
generally, Defensive Player of the Year will come from a team that does well as a team defensively.
Right,
what do you think of this team defensively? Kind of what you're seeing at the guard, the perimeter, just a lot.
We get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it. Everyone's been asking me, obviously, what has our team been focusing on, how we've been, and like I said, just understanding defensive stops turns into easy buckets for us. So again, this team is going to hang their hat on defense, understanding, like I said, we don't want to sit there in the half court and call a play and then go through the set. We just want to get stops, get kills, and go out and, score in transition. And I feel, of course, that's going to help me, of course, showcase my capabilities as a 5 to get up and down the court, running rim to rim, protecting the rim, showing me switching out on the guards, showing how good my hands are out on the perimeter. And like I said, that'll just translate for me personally, of course. But as you mentioned, just as a team and as a whole, that's kind of just where our anchor has been at.
It's like been playing alongside Malik and kind of both ends.
Yeah.
But maybe in particular more on the offensive end. What he brings to the table, how you play off each other, high-low type stuff. Just anything so far?
In AAU, Van Allen Lubin, he's at NC, he's my teammate. And just him being a presence at the 4 was something that, obviously I haven't played with in a while. And of course, it kind of relieves sort of a focus and a pressure, whether it be me rolling to the basket or me being around and always getting, migged or checked up, just the awareness of me being there. Now teams have to also be aware of him, and of course, the high-low action is something you guys are going to see every year. Obviously, it's been integrated already into our flow and, how we play and things of the sorts. But I mean, of course, him being at the 4 provides a huge advantage to our team. And he's going to be someone that we need this year, at his position. Teams that are guarding him, the mismatch is probably going to be 95% of the time throughout the season, and that's something that we're definitely going to look to attack and use to our advantage as it comes. So again, for me, that just obviously, like I said, it just helps me a lot, and on both ends, of course, whether it be a matchup, whether it be me and him switching off to make the defense for our team easier, and again, offensively too, just it makes it easier. I mean, double team comes for him, allows us to rotate and get into spots, find pockets for him to make that one more pass out. So I feel like, again, this year is just going to be very exciting, and I just can't wait for us to get rolling.
Ernest, when players talk about defense, and sometimes those are words.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will say, but I'm thinking about you guys individually. I know how Jay talks. It does feel. Yeah, that's how you guys. What's kind of the key for that it's not just talk. That this is this is what we're going to do. We game in and game out. What do you think in your background too? What's the key to maintaining and really fulfill the goals of being quality defense?
It's just our effort. I feel like the one thing that you can control in a basketball game, you can't control calls. You can't control if your shot's falling or not. It's your effort. And how better can you display your effort than on the defensive side of the ball? You don't have a rock in your hands. You're not calling a play. You're not really thinking about something. It's just guarding the ball, just being in the right spot, being over communicating a switch, being in the help side where you're supposed to be, being in the gaps. And again, like I said, it's just our effort. Our effort is going to help us translate that to the defensive side of the ball. And it just ultimately is just going to show how much we care, care as a whole. And like I mentioned, we don't want to run plays. We have tons of plays to run, but that's not what we want to do. We want to get stops, get 3 stops in a row, get out in transition, get easy buckets, and make the game easy for us, make it more fun. Because, I mean, who as a hooper, as a fan of the game, who doesn't want to get out and get dunks and breakaways and, get the crowd pumping? And that's just how we want to play, to our pace, fast to our pace, and just getting stops one possession at a time.
Just how much obviously looking forward to the season, but you guys have a matchup with Florida coming up. How much you looking forward to that? Essentially getting ready for that with what they did, their bigs and
1,000%.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm never going to be one to look ahead, but I will say definitely that has been a game that I'm pumped for. I'm excited for. Another big dog, so to speak, in Florida. Of course, and like I said, they're defending champs. And I'm blessed. I'm glad that we have that opportunity to go against them. And just like I said, to just showcase how our team has come along from the summer to the fall, and just show everybody what we're capable of. There's a lot of teams out there who might be good teams, but necessarily never are put on the stage to showcase that or display that. And like I said, we've been blessed with this opportunity and this chance to do so. Obviously, I was hoping it would have been in the swamp, but I mean, I'll take a neutral game, of course. Still going to be the same group of guys in that rectangle, so I just can't wait to play that game.